All right, it started. All right, before we start, I quickly would like to give you a disclaimer that whatever we discuss, it's your own personal views. You're not
Mhm.
representing any organization. These are your views based on your experiences.
Yep.
So my first question would be around the AI-driven green regression. That's the post that you did on LinkedIn.
Mhm.
In an era where running AI models costs a lot of energy and money because of the token prices and everything, how do we use AI to make testing more efficient rather than just more expensive?
Yeah. So that is the adjective I came up with the idea of green testing. Sorry. So if you see how the regression testing is happening in the industry, right? So over the period of time, we keep building the test cases, team automate them, and they never
Mm,
get a chance to go back, review those test cases, or see what is making sense or what is obsolete, right? So if you see industry standard, on an average, they run 10,000 to 50, 60,000 test cases, some of them every day, some of them every week, right?
mhm.
But once the product is mature, technically you don't need each and every test case to run. But to ensure that nothing is breaking, they have to run it.
Okay.
So it was a task we did in the past also, that can we go and review the test case and see how many test cases really we need to run based on the code changes. But manually it was not possible. So
Mhm.
what the proposal I have, that now we have AI tool, right? So AI can find out that relation between what is the new code changes and what are the test cases which are related, and just run those test cases. It might be 10%, it might be 20%, it might be 30%, but it cannot be 100% for sure, because
Right.
code churn is like maybe 5%, 3%, right? And that way you are reducing the number of test cases running, reducing the number of cycles you are running, and duration also. So on an average, each regression cycle takes one cycle of running, let's say 50,000 test case, right? It might take
Mhm.
few hours to few days. Now, if you, rather than 50,000, let's say we are able to achieve the same target by 10,000, that means you are reducing the time and number of test case. That means CPU you are saving, electricity you are saving. You don't need so much infrastructure, right? Because same uh, testing framework or same infrastructure can be used to run the other test suite also. So the
Right.
whole idea is to leverage the AI to find that mapping, and that's how the I came with the conclusion that that can help you to reduce the cost, and it will be like green testing. So it's not adding cost to it; it is saving.
Saving cost, of course. And have you noticed or researched about what are the solutions that are already out there in this area where AI is helping in this use case?
Yeah, so every company is trying to leverage it, but there is no commercial life which you can just take, because it's a more custom. So
Mm-hmm.
your test case is not publicly available, right? So there is no custom generic solution. So you need to
Okay.
take a model and then you need to train it over the period of time. So first time it might not come up with the best answer, but over the
Mm-hmm.
period of time, once it learn the system that okay, these are the code changes, and if I miss this kind of defect, we will see in the field or in the testing cycle. Let's say over the 6 months it learned from 100%, if you are able to reduce to 20, 30%, that's a great win. But yes,
Right.
it has to go as per the company, because these all are internal information.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. And the next question is on the performance at scale. I mean, you have a deep background in performance benchmarking at Cohesity and IBM. When you are testing an agentic AI system, what is the new metric for quality? Uh, is it still is it still the latency part or the accuracy or uh, there is anything else? I mean, how do we measure if the AI is good enough?
Okay, so let me put in this way a little bit context, like how we are testing the AI, right? So until now, traditional QA, what we were doing, we were testing a system.
Mm-hmm.
It is more deterministic. Okay, this is your input, this is your output. If it is matches, pass. If it doesn't match, it fail. Now there are
Yeah.
two ways to look at it. Are we using AI to test the system? If answer is yes, every time you will give AI, okay, this is my system, keep testing it. it can do that job, but it will be more expensive, as you mentioned, right? Because every time AI need to again do the same thing again and again. The second thing is, can you rely on that AI? That AI did a good job. So that means now you are questioning the AI system itself. So you are testing one system using the another system, right? So
Mm-hmm.
first system, which is your own product, that is deterministic. But the second system, which is AI, that is not deterministic as of now.
Yeah.
So now your responsibility is double. First, you need to test your product, and now because you are using AI, you need to test AI. So I would like to break into two parts. So let's first focus on the AI system. If you can make, let's say, ideal AI which can test everything, then you need not to worry for anything, right? The AI system will take care. So, and that is your question, like how we test the AI itself, right? Okay. So first we need to understand what is AI system is. It's not deterministic. It's learn and keep learning, and from that it drives the output. So we are not testing its system, we are testing an intelligence. And what we are testing is the intelligence is good enough, right? So it cannot be yes or no, it won't be binary, it will be okay, how many times. So let me think, say this way, if a person, if I'm testing a person, just think of an individual, right? I
Yes.
cannot say if based on his yes or no answer, I need to see how critical he can think, can he come up with a good answer, right? His answer could be completely unique, but if it is good, if it can solve the problem, that's all we are looking. Same thing we need to see on the AI side, that how deterministic, or not, sorry, not deterministic, how good answer are coming, are they solving the purpose? So you need to give the context and goal. So let's take an example of autonomous driving,
Mm-hmm.
right? There we are using the AI to make the decision, navigate the car. So if I need to test it, I will replace uh, AI with the human. If I need to hire a driver, what things, I'm not going to judge him based on just 10 feet or 100 feet drive, right? I will take him to a drive and see how fast, how smoothly he drive, how fast he drive, how slow he drive, how sharp turn he take, right? If there is a sudden uncertainty, can he handle? Uh, can I trust him, right? Similar parameter, now I'm going to tell the AI that if there is a failure,
Mm-hmm.
how smoothly or how safely it failed the system, and how fast it can recover from that failure. If it is making accident, right,
Yeah.
that is a clear no no, but it is able to save you from that, is a good enough. So similarly in the AI system, reliability, fail safe, then how the recovery time, how fast it can recover from that failure, and what is the, even it fail, what is the impact of that failure? It is like it can take a life, or it will be a little bit damage or some scratches in the worst case. So those are the
Yeah.
parameters we need to think, because now we are not testing a system, we are testing an intelligence.
Correct. Correct. So, do you think that, like, because I noticed this pattern in a lot of workshops that we did, that a lot of people who were interested in learning more about agentic AIs, how they can implement it in their workflows, mostly were around senior levels or vice president level. They wanted to incorporate those things in their workflows, but they were, of course, afraid that what if it fails in some way? So, do
Yep.
you think mitigating those risk factors, calculating it in a much more mature way, will help us a lot to adapt this?
Yes, that is a major challenge right now. Like everyone is using AI to write a code, right? But
Yeah.
reviewing is a challenge. Like you can't just write a code using AI, put into the production. Somebody need to review. Now that somebody, either it could be another AI system or it could be human. So that is why where the debate is going on, that how we can make it more easy, because right now
Hmm.
for human it's not possible to practically review thousands of line of code. AI can
Right.
generate in 10 minutes. So we are in the phase where we need to build some guardrail, where we the code get when it generate the code, that is also good quality, as well as the when it get reviewed, so the other tools which are going to review, and then it's going to give a crisp summary, and then human can come in and see, okay, where is the problem or where could be the potential problem. So observability, I will say, is going to be
Hmm.
the next biggest thing.
Makes sense. All right. My next question would be on the agentic AI systems that you made, the one on PRDs. So you built a PRD assistant. Does this mean you see AI agents eventually writing the requirements and the test cases? How does a lead QA engineer stay in the loop when the AI is doing both? Like how do they supervise everything?
Okay. So now take an example of PRD, for example, right? So how things happen. So the PM, he talk to the customer, get their requirement. That
Yeah,
might be like a 2 hour meeting, for example. Once he take the requirement, first thing he do, he dump all the information on a Google Doc.
yeah.
So that writing is itself is going to be challenging because during this, definitely he's going to miss something or other. For that, now we have AI summary. AI summary can capture all the notes. The second thing, his job is to do the market analysis.
Mm-hmm.
What are the similar product, right? What issues customer are facing? Why they need your solution? There are other solution exist. So he need to do that market analysis, which is a couple of days job. He need to go get the reviews, and then he is going to come up with a requirement and prioritize them. Now all these things with the help of AI can be reduced to couple of hours. Your AI
Correct.
can, you can give a simple prompt. Okay, this is my product, this is my requirement. I want to find all similar product and go and find the customer complaint, what they like, what they doesn't like. And now it can generate a crisp summary. Now that crisp summary you can convert into a requirement PRD document. So PM is involved here, but PM
Yeah,
is using this tool to that research which is manually typing or manually going in Google searching.
correct.
That part could be automated. So if you see, it's not a replacement. It's like you are giving a tool which is highly efficient. So if I compare, like older days, people used to travel by walk or some bull cart, right? Speed
Mm-hmm.
could be 5 mile an hour. Now you have cars, you have plane, right? So you can reach to the destination much shorter time and safely. If you see, the person is same, you're not replacing the person, you are
Exactly.
replacing the transport. So AI is your transport layer. Now you can reach to the conclusion much faster. Now it's up to the PM how good he can use this tool,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the prompt engineering, I will say, that is going to be the next biggest thing. How efficiently you can ask the question. Asking the right question is the key. Same thing in
And
the QA.
same, I mean, do you think there is a high level of adoption in the QA industry already? And have they started investing their time in learning prompt engineering better?
Yeah, so people have just started, but I will say it's still very initial phase. Like myself is
Mm-hmm.
also learning every day. I learn that okay, what is the right prompt? Because the moment you change the prompt, your answers also change accordingly.
Yes,
So finding that right prompt is the investment we need to do.
got it. Uh, my next question is on the confidential computing, opaque systems. I mean, opaque systems is all about data privacy. When building AI agents in a high security environment, what is the biggest friction point between security and AI performance?
Yeah, so right now the way we are using AI, there are two model. One is the public model. So for example, if you just open and use ChatGPT, that means that information is coming from the cloud outside, right? And
Yeah.
whatever I am typing, that is also going out. The second is in-house. So for example, Glean. So when we use the Glean, it has an option. You want to use just internal or you want to talk to the external API also. So
Okay.
in this case, if your data is highly private, you train the model maybe on the public data, then you need to get it train on your local data and make sure everything stay inside. So in
Mm-hmm.
that scenario, you are 100% confident that my information is not going out and I'm not also taking, or maybe you can read from outside, but information is not going out. So it is mostly customized for your local environment.
Okay. Uh, And some questions about the knowledge gaps. I mean, you have led a team of uh, led multiple cross-functional teams for more than 15 years now. What do you think is the number one skill a traditional QA engineer is missing if they want to pivot into AI testing in this year or get involved? I mean, I feel that everyone should get involved in AI testing now because as AI is getting penetrated in all the workflows, according to me.
Mhm.
So, what do you think is the number one skill that the person, the QA engineer who wants to pivot into AI testing requires, and currently they are missing it?
Okay, so two skills I can think of. One is using the tools, obviously, like how to use better prompting,
Yeah.
right? That anyhow to for doing the day-to-day tasks. For example, as you mentioned, writing a test case, you can use AI to write the test case. Similarly, you can use the AI to writing the code. So writing test case or generating the code for those test case is much simpler here. That can be done by any person. Now, where the QA is adding value, right?
Yeah.
So what is the QA has learned over the period of time, or what make them unique is the mindset. They have mindset to find the uh, I will say weak point of the system where it can break, right? Before it shipping to the customer, they are the one who is using the and breaking the system left and right.
Right.
Now, what QA need to learn, as I mentioned, AI is nothing but a tool, right? Right now, what we are using as a user level. I give the okay, break the system. Let's say it come up with some test cases, or it came up with 1,000 test cases, and then it
Mm-hmm.
break the system. But is that the right use, right? Because you don't need 1,000 test cases. You might need just 10 test cases to break the system. But you should know how the AI is generating those 1,000 test cases or why 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So if we understand how the backend or how the model is working, how they are making the decision, that is something we need to learn. Once you know, okay, which model, for example, now every month you see something new model is coming, right? For your use case, if you know which model is going to best work for you, that is the key. Then use that model, break your software, find bugs and file and get it fixed, right?
Yeah.
So learning the back end and then how to use it. These are the two steps we need to fill the gap. Right now, mostly focus is just on the first step. Okay, learn how to use the tool, leverage it. But if you are not learning like how the tool is actually working, that means eventually you will end up making it inefficient. Like for
Right.
a small thing, you wrote 10,000 test case, which is not necessary, right? So that is something gap I can see.